to draw a horse. Bear with me.
Wait,
That's getting worse.
I thought you were drawing a horse.
I don't know what horses are like that, apparently.
Have you ever seen a horse?
But, there you go.
Do you even know what a horse looks like?
Very penis-like, apparently.
I've just realised I'm not singing into anything.
So far with Spitfire Tides, they've done like their first single release.
We're recording a song.
It is called Waste Time, and we're doing another song, which is called
Thorn in My Side.
Yes.
I had to think about that.
See, it's not needed. It's not needed.
Either way, if you don't, I'll have to do a second track.
You could double track it, but
What's my favourite song of Spitfire Tides? Actually, it's a song that hasn't come out yet, so they've just written it. It's called Waste Time. So it's just, they've grown so much as a band the last 6 months, and their writing has like come on so much. It's just, it's gonna be good.
I think, the process is different for every song, and it's been different for every song because they've been written when we were all at uni together in Bristol, and then over like a lockdown, and then now since with us living separately.
Let's do it.
Oh, Typically, it always just starts with like, as any song does, like an initial idea that typically is mine or Josh's. As of recently with like lockdown and stuff, so I had the idea for this song Waste Time. So I literally just had a full demo for the entire song, sent it to Josh, and he was like, "Yeah, I really like this." And he started working on lyrics, and then we were in a rehearsal and just started playing it, and we just we have like a good connection when it comes to songwriting. Like we just sort of all picked up on it and worked on it quite quickly, and played through the song like twice, and we were like, cool, we have a song that's actually really great.
Well, I found it took me a really long time to break away from what I thought we should be doing and then what just comes naturally. And then once I broke through that barrier, the stuff that we've been coming up with sounds much more original and fresh. Like Waste Time is like it's got like a big kind of rock riff to it, but then the verse again is like we mix it up and put in something that's quite unexpected. And I hope that people respond to that because we're very proud of that one.
Then I can come back out and then we can start mixing.
Sounds good.
Waste Time.
thank you for your input.
I shouldn't have given you that, should I?
We live and learn.
You're on it.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
So awesome.
Right. Yeah, cool. Shall I just jump in and do vocals for Thorn in My Side?
Yeah, Thorn in My Side has grown on me. That was it wasn't even meant to be anything serious. It's just a song about like my friend that started dating. Like me and my mates from my hometown were all kind of what some people might call common, and he started dating this like posh girl, and I wrote this song, and it ended up being like one of the most like my dad really likes it. Put that, my dad doesn't really listen to my music, but he listened to the recording of this track and he was like, "That's good. That reminds me of the good old days." That does. What helps is other bands and artists breaking barriers themselves, so that you can follow suit. Like on the end of Royal Blood's new album, they did something very unexpected and did like a single piano, isn't it? Yeah. Single piano and vocal.
What if the
I never would have imagined that they would do that, but bands doing that is helping to break down the barriers between genres.
I might grab my cymbals out.
I'm gonna have some chewing gum and just like chew into the mic.
Sorry, no, oh my god.
Why did you give me like 15?
I've got some biscuits that need eating.
Oh, do you happen to have beer that needs drinking?
When I first signed Spitfire Tides, my first job was to kind of look at the whole picture and work out what they were doing amazingly and what they maybe weren't doing so great. You know, their live show was great. The music creative side of it was amazing, but they didn't have a website. They needed to do a little bit more on social media, things like that. So I just sat down with them and we worked out a plan of attack for like what we wanted to achieve over the next couple of years, like what singles we wanted to release, and then work out like in fine detail how we can do that, go about doing that.
I think with that we've got a very strong kind of home advantage because it enables us to focus on the creative side. In fact, that's like all we are meant to be doing at the moment is focusing on the creative side, because when you have someone who's managing you, they handle the most of the admin and the paperwork and stuff like that, leaving the creatives to do what they do best. And I think that's probably what stumps a lot of bands when they start out, is that it's hard to juggle all of that stuff on your own. So I feel very, very blessed to be in a position where we have someone who's got our backs and is there to do that side of it. Because it means we just get to write songs and play them, which is wicked.
If you put a track out and it doesn't like blow up, for me, I just think it's amazing that you're in a position where you're able to record and put out a track that you wrote.
When you put out a song, I was very much like this when we first released music. I was like, oh, how come that hasn't gone viral? And that's such a stupid way to look at it. If the goal is, hey, we did another song, we put it out, we worked hard on that, and that's our song, and now it's on Spotify for everyone to listen to. If that's the expectation, then you won't be disappointed. But it took me a while to get there.
See, a lot of the problems nowadays with income, Spotify is not amazing. We're very much into being the forefront of new technology and bands. So we've been working on an NFT project. Behind the scenes, we've been working very much on that, recording new music. Also on the live side of things, we've been trying to book more gigs. We've been trying to set them up with a booking agent and get a few more kind of deals in place on that side of things. A lot of it's networking with people, trying to find ways the band can work with different bands, different promoters, just generally running their business side of things, their merch side of things, trying to do the best for the band and just make sure they're going to get as far as possible in their career, get the word out about them, basically. So my aim with the band is for them to kind of have their own business first, get that business going, be really self-sufficient, and then a label would then come in sort of at a later date, and they would then work with the band on what they've already got. I just feel like that's the kind of best way to do it, because then the band's not necessarily completely relying on sort of labels. I think a lot of people don't realise how hard work it is and how much work you need to put in to succeed in it, especially on the artist side of things. It's quite easy, you join a band, you kind of make a few songs, you do a few gigs, and then like everything will kind of happen for you. But there's a lot more work that goes into it. It's like a full-time job really to make it as an artist. I think a lot of artists think once you get a manager, you're then going to make it. You know, your manager will have a lot of contacts, but you've really got to sort of work together as a team to get things going. And it's a lot of hard work behind it.